Hi TAFers, it's Ho-Chi again. I'm actually with one of our past speakers from at TAF, Karen Lin. You guys know her as a music video producer and filmmaker. Hi Karen.
Hi.
So we're going to ask her some of these questions that the junior high counselors have sent my way. So my first question for you, Karen, is why don't you just actually introduce yourself? Tell us a little about who you are, how you've gotten to this point in your life.
Okay, my name's Karen Lin. I'm a filmmaker and a music video producer that works in Hollywood. I've been out in Hollywood for about, let's see, how many years? It's been probably like 13 years now. And I love it, actually. I don't know what else I can tell you.
No, that's cool. And you also did a short film called...
I did a short film called Perfection in 2004, which I showed to you TAFers back, I think, in 2005. And I've also done a couple other shorts, spoken word video for a poet, Kelly Tsai, and a couple other projects that are traveling around festivals here and there. Yeah. Okay.
My first question for you is, what does being Asian American actually mean to you?
I think being Asian American is about being, I guess, bicultural, having the goods and sometimes the bads of Asian and American culture. So sort of what we get from our parents, what we've learned, what we've grown up with, the food, the experiences, the history, me traveling to Taiwan, all those great things about it. And then also having the American side, growing up here and with my peers and friends that are here. And it's sort of finding that balance between the two. So,
a specific question I have for you is, when you were younger, say you were in junior high, do you remember any stereotyping experiences or racism experiences? And if so, if you could tell us a little bit about any of those.
Yeah, definitely. I actually was a pretty angry, I'm pretty angry about when I was young about some of the racial incidences that did happen. I grew up in Orange County, California, in Tustin, and in that, when I grew up, you know, I remember walking home one day from school, from junior high, might have even been elementary school, and a kid yelling out to me on my way home, you know, "Go home, chink." And things like that. There are other incidences that happened. You could just kind of feel it or hear it from the side here or there, to friends of mine who would hear things, you know, anyway, about Asians. And yeah, they used to pretty much bother me. So it's pretty, I didn't really deal with it back then. I used to, as a child, really kind of, my mom always said, just let it go, let it go. And so I sort of held it in a lot. And that's changed a lot since I've grown up. A lot of my films actually sort of talk about these issues and the frustrations. My first short film called Drive By was actually specifically about an incident where people were yelling racial epithets to me, and really bothered me. And it really, now I use it sort of as fuel to inspire me to make films, to sort of to give myself a voice and give other Asian Americans and Taiwanese Americans a voice.
You're alluding this to already, but this leads to the next question. So how do stereotypes actually affect you and your career?
Well, yeah, definitely. I think it impacts what I want to do and the stories I want to tell. In terms of stereotypes coming from the outside, I mean, I think, you know, you can't really control how people see you. A lot of people grow up in places that are not as diverse, and they don't understand different cultures, unfortunately. I try to look past that and try to either educate people as they're going. Like if somebody says something racially offensive to other people or to myself, I usually now speak up about it and sort of tell them how I feel, that they like to make them understand that it does kind of hurt when somebody says something like that. And then in terms of my career, I mean, I'm really just trying to get Asian Americans out there on the screen. I really, all my projects so far have been mostly Asian American related.
So what advice would you actually give young people in terms of how to overcome and deal with these stereotypes that they may deal with, say, in their junior high or high school experiences?
Well, I think everyone should just take it, I mean, everyone's going to be different because some people are more vocal and some people are not. I think it is important, though, to sort of express yourself and tell somebody, whether that's a good friend or sometimes parents. Sometimes parents are not as understanding because I don't think they grew up with that experience. So I think good friends, and I think slowly as you grow older, you'll actually start to be able to have more confidence in sharing that with other people and vocalizing how you feel. But, you know, I think it's just doing what makes you comfortable. And, you know, maybe you can express it through art or through something or through whatever you do, through sports or something like that. I think that's always good.
And it's probably good to know that you're not alone, and a lot
Yeah,
of friends
definitely.
and people go through the similar experiences.
Definitely not alone. I mean, I think we all go through that, and it's unfortunate that we have to go through these experiences, but it does make us stronger. And I think ultimately, you know, we can learn a lot about ourselves and about our other Taiwanese Americans and Asian Americans around us.
I wholeheartedly agree. All right, thanks, Karen.
Bye.
Bye, TAFers.